Hey, everybody, I think I'm live. I think I'm doing this correctly. Tony George, Doc Sports, live chat, Super Bowl props. Just a bunch of us here sitting around, having it's too early for a cocktail. Not really, but nonetheless, a little lemonade. Discussing Super Bowl props with you today here and sharing some out there. And you guys post them in the chat section. Try and keep it clean. This is a family entertainment show. So let's keep the F-bombs, and that'll be for during the game. The foul language and yelling and throwing of the remote or the empty beer bottle or whatever it may be. But nonetheless, we're going to be talking about these prop bets. Obviously, Doc Sports, we've got 12 handicappers over there, and they've all got Super Bowl cards up. And at the end of the day, they've all got prop bets on there, and they're all $25 this weekend for the website. So we appreciate you going there. And by the way, there's a ton of information over there about prop bets, the side, the total, all that in the articles section. That's all free content. So you guys can go over there and check out what's going on. Okay. Yeah, love the channel. Thanks, B. We appreciate you tuning in. But nonetheless, there's some good prop bets out there. Obviously, I'm using, I'm going to use Stations Casinos today. They seem to be the best of all of them. Let's make some crash, baby. You mean cash, right? Mario, there you go. Yeah, cash, baby. Well, I think it's going to be a good Super Bowl for that. I mean, I think there's some really solid prop bets out there for everybody. Interested to know also who you think the MVP might be. I was looking at these MVP odds today, and Mahomes is 5-7, Brady 7-5, Tyreek Hill 8-1, Kelsey 8-1. I would like to think maybe if Kansas City was to win the game, I would definitely think Kelsey would be, worth the stretch at 8-1. Although they'll probably give it to Mahomes, but Lyle Weaver, Kansas City, send me some freaking barbecue, dude. I miss KC. Lived in Liberty up there. L Craft, you're welcome for the picks every day. We won last night. We had 6 in a row, then we lost like 4 or 5 in a row. So glad to get back off the schneid last night with the free NBA winner for you. I got another one for you today as well. Le'Veon Bell, MVP plus 10,000. Hey, throw 20 on it. Why not? Throw passes out of the backfield. One thing Kansas City's got is a 3-headed monster running back with Bell, Williams, and Hilaire. Wow. I'll take 3 of those versus 1 Fournette and Jones, which I tell you what, right now, you might want to take a look at the under rushing attempts. Tom Brady is not going to want to run the football. He's going to want to throw it. That being said, Sammy Watkins, MVP. Hope that calf is healed up, especially starting on his routes. Lyle Weaver in Parkville. Been to downtown Parkville, by the way. Used to go down there on the weekends. Good area of town. Toronto, Ontario, Canada. G Money in the house. Pierre Paul or Shaq Barrett plus 6. Shout out and Roll Tide from Alabama. I got a lot of friends down in Alabama. Indian Cowboys, a huge Bama fan. We do the NFL show together. Successful 2-point conversion plus 275. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. That's a good one there. Kelsey, over 7.5 receptions. I'd say he has 10, especially in the red zone. Saying, yeah. Fournette over receptions. Well, Brady's going to want to throw it out of the backfield. He's not going to want to run it. A couple of them here I'm going to throw out at you real quick that I circled. Roughing the passer penalty. Okay? Yes, plus 100. They're going to protect these guys like none other, and both teams are going to be bringing the heat. All you got to do is tap them in the head. They're going to, and of course, Brady, they'll protect him like, the Christ child at the Magi. So, definitely roughing the passer penalty plus 100 on a yes. And largest lead under 14.5. No plus 100. There's a couple I had for you. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Max Kidder in the house from Houston. Good friend of mine's got a radio show down there, Sean Salisbury. Tune in. He's always got good takes. No problem, Mike Normal. Like doing it. What do you say about any quarterback to pass for 400 yards? Well, Mahomes had 420 something against him last time. I don't know. I don't know about that. I think the defense is going to show up. They're going to be in the 300s. It'd be a stretch at plus 250 for Brady. If I had to go, which quarterback could throw over 400? It'd probably be Mahomes. Always tails. I don't think Tom Brady's going to score a touchdown in the first quarter. As a matter of fact, the one thing you want to bet on here is more points in the second half versus first half. Definitely. Find that. Even lay 1.5 on that if you have to. I think William Hill had that at like minus 120 or something. Gronk over 21 yards and a TD. I think Gronk has a touchdown pass. I think both Gronk and Kelsey will get passes in the red zone and score touchdowns. Tails never fails, boys. Okay, we'll take tails. Money in the bank, Tampa Bay. Todd. Okay. I won't tell my wife you said that. She's out, practicing her cheers for the Chiefs here. I'm not giving away the site. Curious to know what you guys think about the total. I couldn't figure out the total. It's dropped down to 56. I thought this thing had overwritten all over it. They scored 51 last time. Good weather, 70 degrees. What do you think about over and under? Because I'm going to play the over and under on the halftime line, both side and total. As a matter of fact, follow me on Twitter at TGeorgeSports, and I'll give you my halftime bets live from watching the game. No, I'm not going to be drinking the first half. No cocktails for the first half. Wings, some pizza. I got a little spot reserved at my local watering hole out here. But what do you think about the total for in the game? Under first half for sure. Okay. Lyle likes the Chiefs by 7. Mahomes over 41 pass attempts. I can see that. He had 40. What do you have in the? Hang on. Let's look at that real quick. I wrote that down. Because let's talk about Mahomes real quick. He had 49 pass attempts in the first game and had 37 completions for over 426 yards. Yeah, probably goes under. One thing about Kansas City's defense, and you saw it last year, there's no question about Tampa Bay's defense, and there's no question that Kansas City's offensive line is hampered in this game. But one thing Kansas City's defense did last year, and they've done it in this postseason so far, they've shown up. Look how many times that Buffalo was inside the 30, came away with field goals. Tampa Bay goes inside the 30, the 20, inside the red zone, and is 1 for 3 and had, 1 touchdown and 3 kicks at field goals. I'm telling you right now, they're not going to beat Kansas City. You can't beat Kansas City kicking field goals. So. And I think Kansas City's defense plays good in the postseason. They did last year. Kansas City's defense, although they were down 10 with 6 minutes left and won by 10 last year against San Francisco, who San Francisco's defense was better than what Tampa Bay's is right now. You could argue that all day long, but at the end of the day, Kansas City's defense won on that football game. And Kansas City's defense won on the Cleveland game. And Kansas City's defense won on the Buffalo game. They step up in this postseason. Spagnuolo does a nice job for whatever reason. They look like a monkey humping a football during the regular season a lot of the times, but at the end of the day, yeah, sober first half, over 56. Mike, I agree. Live game total bet is the way to go. Exactly right. And that's one advantage we have, guys like me, guys that are in states that have legal wagering with, using an app. In-game wagering, especially halftime betting, is the way to go. Fournette over 48.5 yards rushing. I like the under. Brady over half a yard rushing. I like that. Let's talk about that real quick. We talked about this on the show with Indian Cowboy on our prop bet show. Be sure and tune into that. We gave you some free bets. But Tom Brady, if they get inside the 1 yard line, they're going to sneak Brady. He's done it his entire career. He's 6'5". He's a big guy. He's got a big, beefy offensive line. I think that if they get inside the 1 and they'll do a quarterback sneak, he'll get the half yard. The problem is if Kansas City gets after him and sacks him, that goes against it. That's the scary, tricky thing about that bet. Yeah, I agree. Fournette under 49 yards rushing for sure. Peter North here. Old adult film star. Oh, I know who you are, if in fact you really are. I met Nina Hartley at the AVN last year and had some pictures with her. I'm sure you know who that is, if you're really Peter North. Good-looking honky. Tampa Bay will win this hands down. You know why? Because KC plays close games. You know that KC, being favored 3 or less, is 5-1 against the spread. FYI. Brady will throw an interception in the game. Yes, I like that. Under pressure, look what he did against Green Bay. Every time he got under pressure, he threw it up for grabs. He's done it all year long. He doesn't like taking the sack at 43 years old. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up, by the way. Fournette, a lot of guys. Let me tell you something, Bill McDonald, Fournette over 3.5 receptions. There's a couple guys chiming in here on Fournette catching the ball a lot out of the backfield. Yeah, negative. He'll get sacked on the total yards. If he does get sacked, he's never going to make it. I take the under half a yard. Bucks to score fourth quarter TD. Yeah. At plus 260, that's a great number. Okay, good-looking honky. I deleted that. I don't want anybody to see that on the chat. Sorry about that. I was just reading that. Hey, Jay, what's up? Well, Peter, if that in fact is you, yeah, I watched you in my younger years. Oh, man. Sacks count as, yes, they do. Sacks count as rushing yard. Yeah. Negative, he'll get sacked. All right, let's get down here. I have a picture of Nina Hartley on my wall over here. Can't show it, but anyway, I'm glad you're alive and well, Peter. And manage your expectations on Tampa a little bit. Mahomes over 2.5 TD passes. I've got to play on that on my card over at Doc, so I'm not going to say that out. What's my favorite sports book you usually hang out at? Well, I hang out at Santa Fe Station out here because I live in the Centennial Hills area in West Las Vegas. But if I'm in town, Circa. And before that, I used to hang out the Nugget. I like Fremont Street. It's easy to get to. It's cheaper. The Strip is so expensive and just, But Red Rock, Santa Fe Stations has great books. They really do. Stations Casinos. That's where I've got Santa Fe Station 3 minutes from my house. They got a great sports book in there. You know, if you're purely sports book guy, that's a great sports book. Westgate, Circa, that's my other two. Jay Cornegay's been a friend of mine for 15 years down at Westgate. And they got a great book and great program down there. Plus, Circa will take some max bets. Oh, well, they're going to defend Brady. That's okay. Let's get to it. Unless Tampa gets 4 or more sacks, Chiefs will win the game. Okay. I don't think they're going to get 4. I don't think they're going to get 4 sacks. You know, one thing you want to you had a mixed we gave this away, missed extra point in this game. You want to bet that. I mean, Succop's is not great, but Bucker of Kansas City, he's missed them consistently all year long. And the other one, what's the other one I had here for you guys too? I had another one here for you. I'm going through this. Into the game, kneel downs count as rushing yards. Yes, they do. Good day, Brady, to throw INT. Yep. Missed field goal. I'm talking about missed PAT, not missed field goal. Have I ever met Vegas Dave or Steve Stevens? No, I have not, and I don't care to. I ran into this Vegas Dave guy at Hard Rock one time at the Sportsbook. Just ran into him. That was it. Circus Sportsbook, really nice. Yes, it is, Mike. Somebody bet $3 million on Mattress Mike. Bet $3 million on $3.5 million on Tampa Bay. Yet another guy bet $2.3 million on Tampa Bay. So the big boys are coming in here. Yep. Do I think it's possible that Bell get enough snaps, making him a viable TD threat? I think Williams will be the one getting the ball down there if it comes to that, not Bell. I think Bell catching a few passes out of the backfield probably going to be the way to go. And Hilaire is healthier, so Bell is your third backup. Williams, won in the game last year. Don't underestimate Williams. This guy can ball. Big time. He's a good running back. Team total Chiefs 30. Well, Tampa Bay's going to have to score 35 to beat them. Let's see. Thoughts on Hill over 100 receiving yards considering what he did last game. Last game, he had over 200 yards in a quarter. If he can break a tackle, yeah. I mean, I could only take over. I couldn't take under. And they're minus the safety in this game too. Will you say this game will be similar to the regular season game in terms of offensive production? Yes, if not more so. Total sacks over 3.5 for who? Don. I don't know. Total sacks for who? Jack Mehoff, good. Not A+, but okay. Yeah. And you know what? You can talk about other handicappers and stuff on here. I'm not going to comment on it. I don't talk about the demerits of other handicappers. I only talk about the merits of my own work ethic and the company that I work for. I'm going to take the high road on that. So let's leave that out of it. Yeah, I know it's different. This Williams, I'm talking about the Williams this year. My bad. Yeah, Daryl. Yeah. Damian opted out, which pissed me off. But this Williams has been good. What up, Tony D? Eddie Mush. Huh. Is that the Eddie I think it is? Yeah. After me and IC mentioned will there be a missed point PAT, I bet no at plus 200. It's up there and it flipped the next day to minus 300. Yeah. That was a soft line. Books found that out right away. Total sacks for both teams at 3.5. I take the over. I mean, if you take a look at Kansas City in this game, in order for them to win this game, for them to have a chance to win, they have to get to Brady. And if they can get to Brady like what Green Bay did on a few occasions, and he throws it up for grabs and they get 3 picks, I'll guarantee you one thing. Unlike Green Bay, if you give Kansas City 3 extra possessions off of a fumble or picks, they're going to put points on the board with them where Green Bay couldn't convert them to save their ass. I'm telling you that right now. Tampa Bay has 3 turnovers in this game, or Kansas City has plus 3 turnovers in this game. They'll win by 14 points. I'm telling you that right now. Chiefs score rushing touchdown? Yeah. Yeah, Daryl, he is their best runner right now, Muhammad. Do me and IC ever drink beers together? We went to a podcast conference out in Philadelphia about a year and a half ago. And Wade, the guy that owns stocks, and a couple of us went out. Raphael was out there and Scott Spreitzer. And yeah, I've had some beers with those guys. What's the best ballsy bet? Just to throw $20, see what happens? Is there going to be a safety? Yes. That's a ballsy bet. I've won that a couple of times. New England game one year, and then the Peyton Manning deal, and it's plus 700. Throw $20 on it. Yeah. I can see a TD scored under 1.5 yards. Yeah. Yeah. Aaron, I agree. That's a great point. That's a great point, dude. I can see a TD scored under 1.5 yards, pass interception in the end zone, puts the ball on the 1, over 80 pass attempts in this game. Yeah. KC over 4.5 TD. That's going to be tight. There are going to be a couple field goals in there. I could only take over. I couldn't take under. But I think the score will be similar to the last. Remember the last game, Kansas City dominated and was up 20-7 at halftime. They were still dominating in the third quarter. It was 27-13. And then they gave him a garbage one towards the end of the game, but Brady did bring him back a little bit. But, you know, I think Kansas City's offense is clicking on all cylinders. You saw what they did against Buffalo, and you also saw what Tampa Bay did against San Francisco, against New Orleans and Green Bay. Both offenses are clicking and both defenses are clicking, which is a scary prospect, but it's going to make for a hell of a game, I can tell you that. Chiefs score touchdown, second quarter, minus 250. Yeah. That's almost an automatic lock there. Will McCole Hardman get more snaps than Sammy Watkins? You know, that's a good question. I just don't know how healthy Watkins is. I would go with Hardman, especially like running him on jet sweeps too. I love Eddie. Thanks, man. I see he is a good stand-up guy. He's a good guy. Hard-working, great handicapper. Yep. Thoughts on Tampa Bay D lineman Mike Oxlong? Good. Do you think KC stays under 35.5? Yes. The hook on that could be very important. If Kansas City is going to win this ball game, they're going to score 35 or 38 to win it. Anybody see a 2017 ball game here? Knockdown, drag out, no excitement, no fireworks. They're probably going to score 30-some in the second half combined. Mid to high 30s. Once they shake off the cobwebs and feel each other out, then they're going to start going for it. Linebackers on the Bucks, Joe, you're right. They're good, man. But how do they match up against Kelsey on drag routes and slants? And the speed of Hill and Watkins doing the same thing. And Hardeman's lights out quick. So's Pringle. I mean, Kansas City's got a crap load of weapons. Do you like Antonio Brown to score a touchdown at 100 yards receiving? No and no. I don't. I think he'll have some receptions. 100 yards? Doubt it. With Evans and Goodwin running around? One thing, Tom Brady has as many options as what Kansas City does. I don't know if they're as good. I think Kansas City's got the better receiving core, especially when you throw in the tight end, even though Gronk is a stud. Kelsey, Gronk is Gronk's best days are behind him, but he still could be a big target for you. And I think Gronk's going to have a big game here. I think Brady's going to go to him a lot in this game. You might want to take a look at the over with Gronk's receptions. Tom Brady TD passes first quarter under a half. Yeah, under. Never scored in the first quarter of a Super Bowl, and he's been in 10 of them. What's your opinion on 10.5 penalties? I'd lean under 2. I think they'll let him play. You have Tom Brady throwing for over 296. Yeah. I think both quarterbacks will be over 300 yards throwing the ball. Over under 56, we discussed that. We're going to wait. The best way to play the under in this is halftime line or in-game betting. I think the number's sharp. Patrick over 325, probably. If Kansas City loses, he won't have 325 yards. If they win, he will. Yeah, fantasy. You'll see a lot of bubble screens out of Kansas City, especially with the line being depleted. They're going to want Mahomes to get his ball out of his hands real quick. That's for sure. And that's going to go to a lot of running backs. Gronk having a TD, yes. I do. I already discussed that. Hardman MVP could house a kick or a punt, plus get lucky with some deep balls. Yeah, he could. Very dangerous cat. Very dangerous. Gronk gets TD. I agree, Jay. I don't think Kansas City special teams will draw up any trick plays. I think Andy Reid plays a very fundamentally sound football game here. It's going to have to because Tampa Bay is a very good football team. And by the way, just so you know, either team can win this game by touchdown or more. See how it goes. Turn it with any NFL game, especially a Super Bowl game. It comes down to 3 or 4, maybe 5 plays, tops. 3 or 4 big plays, that's it. Could be a key turnover, key penalty. Somebody runs back a punt for a touchdown, a pick six, like what happened in the Buffalo-Baltimore game. Something crazy is going to happen. Defensive or special teams TD, I'd throw a little money on that. Somebody said, if you wanted to throw something out there, for $20, and yeah, that'd be one of them. Who do I have for halftime? Well, I don't know yet, Chubbs, but I will. Follow me on Twitter at TGeorgeSports. I'll give you my halftime takes. Tom Brady under 1.5 rushing attempts. No double results I like yet, Lyle. Think of this be one of Tom's worst games of the year, and they will kill him for this game and not respect him for getting here. Well, I can tell you right now that Kansas City, because I have a lot of friends back there, I live there, I have some people close to the team in the sports writing industry. I can tell you they have all the respect in the world for Tom Brady. Big time. Patrick Mahomes especially. Aaron Jones, is he under 27.5 first half, right? Yeah, I agree. The best prop bet you're going to find out there. Let me get this right. The best prop bet you're going to find out there that you want to bet, more points in the second half than the first half. That's a given. That is a given. Who do I think will have 2+ touchdowns? Don likes Kansas City in a blowout. Who do I think will have 2+ touchdowns? Travis Kelce. Let me age myself and put on these. So look at this. Damn it. I hate getting old. Had a couple of these here. So when you're talking about quarterbacks, it's the prop is who will have more passing yards, Brady or Mahomes? Well, Mahomes is minus 160 in that prop bet, and Brady's plus 130. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, Lyle. Reach out to me on Messenger on Twitter. Well, there you go. CH, historical achievement for Sunday. Maibol Zahari will be the first ever Afghan immigrant to play in the Super Bowl. Congratulations. Do I think Ronald Johnson gets 100 yards? Ronald Jones. No. Zero chance of that happening. His over and under rushing attempts only 8.5. Again, asking you guys, what do you think? Mahomes or Brady, who has the most passing yards? If you take Mahomes, it's minus 160. If you take Brady, it's plus 130. Now, looking at a prop bet with that type of line, that's heavy chalk. Who do you think Las Vegas odds makers think is going to have the better day throwing the football? Just based on that right there. It's called reading between the lines. What do you mean am I doing prop bets, Chris? Hell yeah, we're doing prop bets. That's what the title of the show. Yeah. I don't know, Kelce, 10 receptions. I'd go around 8. Yeah. Yeah, Lyle, you just go ahead and private message me over at Twitter. I see what I can do about getting together. I'm a big golfer out here. Do a lot of golfing out here. You know, Mrs. George bartends at a country club here. That means I get to play for free. Nice. And drinks are cheap and strong. Yeah. Double whammy for me. Le'Veon Bell. Do you don't have any props for Le'Veon Bell? Well, hang on a second. Darrell Williams, Hilaire, Hill, Watkins, Robinson. Robinson's going to play, by the way. He's been cleared. Wide receiver for Kansas City. Still waiting on Kilgore. Okay. I don't see any for Le'Veon Bell. Not right here on these. I'm looking, boys. Mike Evans, total pass receptions over 4.5. There's one, minus 120. Okay. Third quarter over 10.5. Hell yeah. Oh, look at Mark. Look at Mark Knopfler. He's got Brady with 4 touchdowns. Well, hope he does better than Allen did for Buffalo because Kansas City stiffened up inside there. They're not going to get anything. Sorensen and Honey Badger running around. I don't know if he's going to have 4 TDs or not. Chubbs, tune in to the show, the prop bet show with Indian Cowboy on this channel. There's a bunch of player prop bets on there. I have 9 prop bets on my card plus the side pick. Matt, when your college boys and I get planned through, better be able to see a sports book. Give me a shout out, brother. You know what, Aaron? That's a good question. I would think that let's say Brady wins and he goes for 2 touchdowns and 287 yards. And Gronk or Mike Evans has 9 receptions for 122 yards and 2 TDs. Does the quarterback get it? I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a lock, but if you're a betting guy and these are odds, yeah. Whoever wins, the quarterback's probably going to win the MVP. Now, stranger things have happened. Hill could have 10 receptions for another 200 and some yards. Kelsey could have 8 receptions for $160 and 3 TDs. I'm not sure they would give it to Mahomes in that case. Depends on how many yards he has. But chances are it's probably going to be a quarterback. And those odds are, I said this to open up the show when you guys were here. By the way, thanks for tuning in, man. And thanks to all you guys for just following the channel and tuning in. Try and give you some great free picks all the time. Can't get them all right. Even with the premium stuff, unlike 95% of the crap that you see out there, we tell it like it is. But Patrick Mahomes, 5-7 odds. Brady, 7-5 odds. Hill, 8-1. Kelsey, 8-1. Fournette, 30-1. Godwin, 35-1. Evans, 35-1. Hilaire, 35-1. Antonio Brown, 50-1. Gronkowski, 75-1. They're not expecting much out of Gronkowski there. Overtime could be a possibility. That's one of those $20 bets you throw out there. Yeah, I know their backup kicker did, but there's no contact tracing problems right now for Kansas City. The barber had planned to cut people's hair. Only 2 people were involved in that. One's already been cleared. Yo, Chubbs, right on this channel, Doc Sports channel, the link that you got here, just look at NFL picks. There's different sections, daily free picks, whatever. Just look for Super Bowl 55 prop bet show. Brady over 2.5 TDs? I think so. Plus 140 is a good number. First play run. Yeah, I agree with that, Mr. Bennett. And Reed Oystafers. I think Hill gets 100. I'm not sure about Godwin. For both teams, well, put it this way. For both teams to have over 30 points and this thing to fly over the total, both Godwin and Hill are going to have over 100 yards. But Kansas City, you can have Watkins coming out of nowhere. Kelsey's going to have 80 plus. I think Gronk will have at least 50 yards. And that's an over prop right there. Solo and assist plus assisted tackles, 6. Yeah. I agree with that. They're going to run blitz him. They're going to try and blitz him to the quarterback too. That's what they're going to do. Yeah. The assists are good. Huge golfer, Tony. Hit you up next time I'm out there. There you go. Chubbs, I don't know about CBS Sportsbook. I don't talk about offshores. Each team to score 1 TD and 1 field goal in each half. Plus 700, that's worth the stretch, dude. Packers fan. You lost me a lot of money, dude. Your team did. Damn it. Dude. 2 turnovers in the second half in that NFC Championship game. Couldn't even get a single point. 3 and out, 3 and out. Come on. Lyle Weaver, any score in the first 5 minutes, 30 seconds? No. Mahomes total rushing attempts. Oh, I can't read what you typed there, Mark, but let's see. Total rushing yards for Mahomes is 21.5. If he breaks one, the one thing about Mahomes is I hear his foot's healthy. His foot's healthy. So to elude the pass rush, as the defensive line's missing, I'd go over rush attempts or over rush yards. I don't know about attempts, but if the rushing yards you get there around 21.5, 22, I take the over because he's going to avoid getting sacked as much as possible. He may take a sack and it might be negative, but he gets rid of the ball pretty quick. Yeah, Packers fan. Let's not even talk about him not running that ball down to the 2 or 3 yard line and having a fourth down manageable. That was a bonehead play. There's a bonehead call. It was a bonehead play. It was a throwaway. If that had been Mahomes or, Jackson, Murray from Phoenix on that 3rd and 10, 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line, they probably all would have got it in. Aaron Rodgers could have got it down to 5 or 4, easy, and made a manageable fourth down. Just that was just and on top of that, first half in that game, with less than 20 seconds left, do you not put 3 guys deep and go, hey, whatever you do, don't let anybody get behind you? We used to want to give a big play before halftime. Bad coaching. No offense. I'm sure you love your Packers. And by the way, Doc's right here, Sauk City, Wisconsin. That's the headquarters. Obviously, Wade lives out here now. That's where it was founded. The offices are still there. I go up there a lot, hang out just north of Madison. I love the Packer fans. I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Nebraska. It reminds me a lot of back home. The solid people, but man. Okay. Mark. Over and under 5 on Mahomes rushing 4.5. Yeah, probably just because he's going to be running to avoid the rush. Tampa Bay, Mike Latoris cleared. Yeah, I saw that. Do I think Patrick Mahomes is good for any touchdown? That would be running. I don't know. They just got so many options down inside the red zone. The tight end, you got 3 different running backs, you got slot receivers, you got 2 stud wide receivers, and you got a tight end that's almost impossible to cover with a cornerback or a linebacker. There you go. Yep. So anyway, guys, who has more passing yards, Mahomes or Brady? You're not answering the question. Mahomes is minus 160, Brady's plus 130. Where are you putting your money? Looking for a consensus here. Okay. Here is they have Gronkowski listed as total pass receptions at 2.5. Over is 115, under is 115. Over. That's auto money. Okay. So Brady. All right. Pick Brady. Okay, gotcha. No scoring. Yeah, Chiefs rushing touchdown. I can see it. No scoring first 30. I'm ready for NASCAR. Is that Carleo? Oh, you know I am, brother. Almost 100 units last year. Mahomes for sure. There you go. Okay. Max Kidder says that's tough. Putting my money on Brady because I think the Chiefs will win, so Brady will be throwing more. I'm saying Mahomes didn't want Brady to win. Well, it's hard to bet against Brady, and it's hard to bet against Mahomes. This is a tough ball game. This is going to be a really, really, really good Super Bowl, and last year's Super Bowl is hard to top. National Anthem under. My one goofy pick. Yep, I saw that. She did two others that average 150. No, I don't have a play on the Knights tonight. But, no. Yeah. Well, I could, hang on, I could wear this one. Hang on, boys. I could just come hard. I just could just come hard with that one from last year. Or I could wear this for Packer fan. Nah. Yeah, Golden Knights country out here. That's for sure. It is. This is a tough to pick on. Yeah, a little bit. Do you think Chris Godwin and Tyreek Hill again? Of those two guys, I think Hill would probably get 100 more so than Godwin would. Coin flip. Yeah, flip of a coin. There you go. Over 5.5 goals a nice game tonight. I can see that. KC hat is better. No political stuff, Mark. Raid Gatorade plus 250. I didn't see what the blue Gatorade was. I didn't see what the blue Gatorade was on those wild ass bets. Okay. Red Gatorade's plus 250. Getting into some of these right now. Oh, by the way, the one I did like, receptions. Hang on a second. Scotty Miller, over 1.5 for Tampa Bay. Take it. Take it and bet it. Yeah, over receptions for Scotty Miller. Secret weapon in this game. Mark my words. He's not going to draw a lot of attention. Just saying. There's a good one. Last year, I think it was orange. Aaron, my DMs on Twitter should work. If not, just leave it in the comments section on the back end because I filter them out because all the haters, and I'll take a look at your message. Oh, there you go, Joe. Yeah, no kidding. Fournette, I don't like Fournette over 47.5 yards. Goodwin probably going to be between 70 and 90 yards. Yeah, price of Bitcoin to go up from kickoff to the game time end minus 115. Yeah, I got a little Bitcoin doing well. Yeah, Scotty Miller over for sure. I think Brady will have over 296. I saw Mahomes' first half. Hang on a second. First half yards. 159.5. Over is minus 120. Interesting. Penn State will cover tonight. Well, Dean, that was my free pick today. Yeah. Scotty Miller over, good. Hey, Beezy, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Brait over 26.5? Possibly. Possibly. Worth a look. Thanks, Grub, man. Appreciate it, man. So, yeah. Team to score first. Let's go. Who's going to score first? Kansas City minus 125, Bucks minus 105. Who's going to score first? There you go. Chiefs. There you go. All right. Only if Westbrook's playing with the Wizards cover that time. Miami, hard to believe they were a bubble team doing what they did last year and the way they're playing now, where they got 7 wins. Wow. Hey, my NBA has sucked the last week. What were we? Won 10 out of 14 cards and then just went downhill. Won the free play last night, got one tonight. Going to get that back on track for you. Kicker to score first, I would probably take Suckup. Hey, Joe. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, Chiefs or Bucks to score first. I don't know. Chiefs play better from behind. I think Reed probably wanted to score first. It seems to me every time Kansas City gets down, that's when they play their best ball. They did it all last postseason. Did it all this regular season. They've done it again this postseason. They're down 9-0 against the Bills for you can even sit down and take a bite out of your hot dog. Guess what? 5 minutes later, they're up 5, and they never look back. BC, I'll tell you what. I did not look at the Northern Kentucky game at all. I had one play today. I figured it out last night, and that's the only one I'm putting up today. And I'm on to tomorrow, so I couldn't give you an honest opinion on that. Yeah, and Grubman, the mixed extra point, which was plus, now it's minus 300 versus plus 270. We talked about it. We talked about that earlier in the chat session. Who's Pat under 21.5 rushing? Pat who? You're missing me there, Chubb. Who wins coin toss? I don't know. I like Kelsey to score 2 touchdowns in this game. Godwin, I don't know about. You like the Bucks in the first quarter. Remember, Jimmy, Tom Brady as a quarterback has never scored in the first quarter. Touchdown. Just saying. Mr. McDougal. Okay, Aaron. That happens all the time. Nothing I can do about it, but yeah. Mixed extra point, yes. Celtics Clippers over 220. Yeah. Celtics down a man. I don't know. I think that might go under. Mahomes under 21.5 rushing. I have over. Chiefs win coin toss. Under 10.5 first quarter. Yeah, probably. What quarter will Brady throw a sideline tantrum? Hopefully the fourth and my Chiefs are winning from a fan perspective. Make my wife happy. CH is worth the stretch on Pat Mawini there. Score a touchdown. Nets -5. No comment. My ball game tonight, my NBA game, is in the Raptors and Nets game, so I'm leaving that alone. Mecha at Hibachi, I like the picks. Is that the place up in PT's parking lot? Troy, is that where you met me a couple weeks ago on a Saturday night? Oh, well, the guy that was with me owns Doc's. That's Wade. By the way, that place is killer, dude. Killer. Great spot to go eat. Well, Eric, I wish that I was thanking me for a football season. My NFL, and I'll say this full admission here, this was the worst NFL season I've had my entire 29 years. Not a good year. And I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I'm going to close this down here in a second, in about 4 minutes, because we'll be right at an hour. But I want to appreciate you guys sticking by me, coming in and supporting me over at Doc's. We give you a fair and honest shot each and every day. We give you a fair and honest shot on these free picks. We give you a fair and honest reporting on how we do. And, I appreciate you guys, subscribing, thumbs up, and all that stuff. Follow me on Twitter at TGeorgeSports, and I'll get you some halftime line betting in the Super Bowl this week. Yeah, Troy, it was nice meeting you, brother. Mr. Fence Post, the new nickname. Well, you know what they say. A couple guys drinking a beer, taking a piss over a fence post, just shooting the shit. Nothing wrong with that. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Have a great Super Bowl. Don't forget, over at Doc's, $25 per card for any handicapper, and there's a free $60 in the link description below. Get over there and take advantage of it. Tune into the other shows that we did here. And Chubbs, Fournette over 3.5 receptions, where I talked. The whole world's on that bet, which means they'll have one. But yeah. But nonetheless, tons of prop bets over there at Doc's. Do you think Mike Evans and Travis? Boy, I think Kelsey scores 2 touchdowns. I'm not for sure about how they're going to distribute the ball on the other end. Yep. Jimmy, I don't ignore the haters. I embrace them, brother. Yeah. Come on and hate. Spread it. Do what you got to do. I'm glad that you're, sitting around mom's basement in your pair of Birkenstocks, betting $25 parlay cards at Arizona Charlie's with a Born to Lose tattoo across your chest, slamming me for having enough balls to come out here in the real world and stake my own claim, and tell it like it is on a daily basis. It doesn't make a difference. You're only as good as your last pick. You could be 20-0. And you lose one, you are the worst common denominator, human filth. That is the nature of the beast. I've got thick skin. I'm used to it. Just unlike 90% of the people out there in the marketplace, I got enough balls to come on here and tell you when I lose. Check my Twitter out there tonight, 7-unit play on VT. I got on there and said, bad call, I dumped. Hey, can't win them all. We try, but you can't. But you're going to get fair and honest from me. I can tell you that right now. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Mike, thanks for the comments as well. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and you guys have a great Super Bowl.